are attached to the haul rope with a clip. The clip is inserted right into the weave of the haul rope. A more common approach is shown on these bale-type double, triple, and quad chairs, which are attached to the haul rope with a fixed grip. The grip grabs onto the outside of the haul rope. There is a match mark painted on the haul rope in front of each grip. Grips are designed to slip a little, but they should slip approximately at the same rate within each particular lift. High-speed detachable chairs have spring-loaded grips that allow the carrier to attach and detach from the haul rope. A long accelerator system moves the carrier to match the speed of the haul rope as the grip attaches. Most fixed grip lifts move about 450 to 550 feet per minute. Detachable lifts can speed along at up to 1,000 feet per minute. All ski lift carriers and haul ropes are supported or held down at various intervals by rollers called sheaves. There are grounding sheaves at both terminals of the lift. These special sheaves disperse static electricity and reduce the risk of lightning damage. Sheaves are usually found in sets called assemblies or sheave trains. The sheave assemblies are supported by the cross arms, which are supported by the lift towers. The lift towers are placed at various intervals depending on terrain and type of lift. To build a chairlift, first a sight line is cut and then widened into a lift line. Six-foot-deep holes are dug, and a location plate is set in a concrete pad to assure that all the towers and cross arms will be perfectly in line. The hollow towers are usually welded and cut at a fabrication site near the lift construction site. The cross arms and sometimes even the sheave assemblies are attached before either a crane raises them into place or a helicopter lifts the whole 5-ton assembly up the slope to the tower site. Upon arriving at the site, the pilot carefully guides the tower into the hole. Some members of the ground crew jump into the hole, grab a hold of the tower, and wrestle it under the preset location plate. Once the tower is secure, the foreman signals the pilot and the chopper releases the tower, jetting back for the next assembly. Later, the vertical placement is fine-tuned. Once the terminals are in place, the haul rope is strong. The two ends of the haul rope are together, buried over a distance of a couple hundred feet, creating a secure splice. The loose ends are tucked back into the weave where the strands are joined. Finally, the carriers are attached and the lift is built. After the required inspections, it can be used by the pilot.
È la parte interessante.
Ahí.
Con il motore vuol dire?
Ahí.
Lift is operated from push-button operator stations, or PBOs, located at both the top and bottom terminals and in the motor room. There are 4 or 5 control buttons on the PBO that activate control circuits in the low-voltage control panel, which in turn activate different circuits on the lift. The start button causes the service brake to lift and energizes the motor with a slow-speed command. The slow control and fast control cause the electric motor to run at different speeds. The stop button trips circuits that stop all current to the electric motor and service brake. The service brake is the primary brake for the lift and is located on the input shaft of the gearbox. When the stop button is pushed, a circuit stops all current to a switch, which then releases pressure in a valve, activating the service brake. In other words, the brake is released when the current is stopped, so that in case of a power shortage, the brake will automatically release and stop the lift. The service brake is activated when the stop circuit is tripped, either by a stop button, the safety gate, the carriage limit switch, or any other lift monitoring device. Deroping switches located on all shift trains are activated if the haul rope leaves the sheaves. When the haul rope leaves the sheaves, a switch is disconnected or broken, activating the stop circuit. Some lifts have magnetic rope position detectors or proximity switches that activate the stop circuit whenever a haul rope leaves its designed path, hopefully avoiding a derailment. There are other brakes besides the service brake. The emergency brake is located on the drive bullwheel flange. It's used in case of a service brake failure or if the lift begins to move backwards, a dangerous condition called a rollback. On some lifts, a red pull ring or handbrake at the drive terminal operator station is connected to a cable that runs directly to the release mechanism. This way, the emergency brake can be released without control circuits. In newer style lifts, the emergency brake is released by a large red emergency stop button located at both ends of the lift, just like the service brake. There are also two automatic backstop devices that are designed to stop the lift if it begins to roll back. The gearbox backstop allows the gearing to turn in only one direction. The bullwheel backstop allows the drive bullwheel to likewise turn in only one direction. If the bullwheel rolls back more than a few inches, the heavy steel pall drops onto the bullwheel, stopping the lift. Well, that's generally how a chairlift works. Once you are assigned to a lift, you will get to know its idiosyncrasies. Your knowledge of lift mechanics and the special attributes of your lift in particular is important to the overall maintenance and operation of your lift. Pay attention to what the motor and sheaves and bullwheel should sound like. Listen for squeaky sheaves or other unusual sounds. Check the condition of the chairs and the grips. Watch the match marks for excessive grip slippage. Make sure that the sheaves are in line and that the haul rope is riding properly in the groove of each sheave. You should understand the braking control system so that you can troubleshoot a mystery stop before having to call lift maintenance or your supervisor. Your chairlift is like your car. You, the operator, are in the best position to know when something is wrong. Always report anything out of the ordinary to your supervisor.
¿Pasamos al otro? ¿Ponemos el otro?
Sí. ¿Ponete el otro? ¿Qué tiene un momento?
Ah, me la tiene una cosa de botones, no la veo.
Después me lo explicamos.
Eso no lo había visto. Yo tampoco.
¿Terminó esto?
Sí, mandame un cafecito.
This video manual is
Si
designed
dura una hora y media. No, hay que los primeros 40.
their ski lifts. For good
Tengo una
reason,
idea,
some areas will establish alternate procedures from those discussed here.
No,
If your supervisor wants you to follow some procedures different from what's illustrated here, remember, the objectives are the same. Safe operation of the ski lifts.
Ahí sí, eso es bien malo. Sí, podría ser más directo. Sí, acá tenés que apretar, acá tenés que apretar. Para esto, para esto, para esto.
Procedure for opening a chairlift after a snowfall. On most mornings,